Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So student, in the previous class in this chapter, that is reproduction, we were talking about the two different types of reproduction, which will include the sexual and asexual reproduction. We had already studied student and understand that what is a asexual reproduction. In case of a asexual reproduction, you see it is basically divided into two types. Even in the asexual also there are different methods also, that can be a lot, but here in this syllabus in class 8 we have to study only two type of methods of asexual reproduction, and that is budding and binary fission. Binary fission, if we talk about binary, it means two, fission means to break down. So here what happened when when we can say the cells get divided into two small cells, so that is division, and since the division is there of means the one of the cell will get divided into two, that is why it is binary. So binary fission is what, when the parents they themselves get divided into two daughter cell, they are called as the binary fission. Now here in the case of a binary fission, students, you see amoeba is there, and we have understood in amoeba the parent cell is there, and first of all what happened, here the nucleus, it will get divided into two, and when the nucleus divided into two, now it is the time of the cytoplasm, so there is a depression in the cytoplasm that we will see, and finally the cytoplasm also divided, the membrane, formation of a membrane occur in the two different cells, and now these cells are smaller in size, and these are the young cells, these are the cells which is newly formed, and the name we will give to these cells are the daughter cell. So the parent cell is there, which is the mature cell, and the daughter cell is there, which is produced through this mature cells. Understood? Parent cell as well as the daughter cells. Now, in case of the, if we talk about budding students, so here in case of a budding organisms, what happened, there is a formation of a small bud, a small outgrowth came, and this bud it will still remain attached to the body part only and starts growing. When the growth happens, the total growth happens when it will increases the size. What happened, this increase in the size will make it to grow, and finally it will get detached from the body of the parent. So it will get detached from the body, and now it is a new individual, and it will grow as an individual. It will grow in size and again show the process of a reproduction. So this is what, this is the budding, and this budding occur in hydra, even it can occur in corals and sponges. Here students, one more thing I should add, that we know that they are genetically identical to each other. It means if we see in case of a binary fission, or even in case of a budding also, the bud which is formed here, the outgrowth which came here, that is having the same kind of a character as the other organism have. So that is why we can say that they are genetically identical to each other. They are similar, they are just like to their parents. Now, this is all about that of the asexual reproduction. If we talk about, we'll start with the sexual reproduction. I told you in case of a sexual reproduction, there is an involvement of two gametes. That is two genders. That is male and female. Both of them. And both of the cells, they fuse together to form the zygote. So, let us see the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. What happened in case of a sexual reproduction? Involves the production of a new cell by the fusion of the two different parent or two parents, that is male and the female. And this male cell and the female cell, these are also called as gametes, which fuse together to form zygote. So let me write it again. The male and the female cell called gamete gametes fuse together to form to form zygote. Okay, so the male and the female cell, which is called as a gamete, they fuse together to form a zygote, and this zygote will develop into a new individual. This zygote will develop into new individual. So here the zygote which is formed, it will again divide and the formation of a new individual occur. Now you see students that the process of the sexual reproduction, in which the formation of a new young one or the birth of a young one or an egg, that will, this process of the reproduction or the formation of a new individual from the parents, that will also take place the process is actually slow, and here they are not genetically identical to their parents, although we can say that yes, they are similar, but they are not identical to their parents. So we can write here that sexual reproduction is a complex and slow process. Sexual reproduction is a complex process as well as it is a slow process, and here this ensures, I will write it here itself, that this ensures that offsprings are not identical. They are not identical to their parents. Identical to their parents. Okay, so this ensures that it is not identical to the offsprings are not identical to the parents. So this is what, student, this is about the sexual reproduction, in which we have seen that the two parents, male and the female gamete cells, they fuse together to form a zygote, and this zygote is responsible for a new individual. It will grow into a new individual, and again they perform the process of a reproduction here. Here the offspring which is formed, since there are two parents are involved, so some of the characters of both of them has been come, that's why they are not identical, but yes, they are similar to their parents. Now the sexual reproduction which occur in all the organisms, there is an involvement of some of the basic steps. It means some basic steps are common in all the type of organism who perform or who shows the sexual reproduction. So these basic steps are, the first one is the production of gametes. The gamete cells are responsible for the process of reproduction. Then fertilization, and finally development of the embryo. These are some of the steps which is common in the sexual reproduction only. So some of the basic steps in the sexual reproduction are, the first one, production of gamete. Production of gamete. Second one, fertilization. And the third one, that is development of embryo. So, development of embryo. Development of embryo. So, production of gamete, fertilization, development of embryo, these are some of the steps which is present, which are the basic steps of the sexual reproduction. So, we have to understand all of them one by one. Let us start with the production of the gametes and try to understand what is gametes and what means why it is important of the production of the gametes. Production of gametes. Production of gametes. So, what happened when an individual reached to a certain age, means when it reached to the puberty. Puberty is actually that particular phase when the person will become, the reproductive organ, it will become active, the hormones become active, or we can say when the person becomes sexually mature, that is called, that age is the puberty. This varies with the person to person, it means it varies from the male to that of the female. We will study about the puberty and adolescence in the next chapter, reaching the age of adolescence. Here we simply have to understand that at certain age, our gametes, the sex cells present in the female as well as in the male, they becomes active, okay, and they starts releasing. At a certain age, the boy or the person, he himself will be capable of producing these sex cells, which we also called as a gametes. So release of a gamete cells from the male gamete cell, from the female gamete cell occur at a certain age, especially when the person reaches to the puberty. So when an individual reaches to puberty, then the body is capable of producing gamete cells. So when the individual reaches to the puberty, then the body is capable of producing the gametes. Okay, the female gametes are gamete, which we also call as sex cells. The female gamete is ovum or egg. Singular is ovum, student. When it is plural, it will become ova. Okay, and in case of a male gamete, it is what? It is sperm. Okay, that is called as sperm. Now, at the time of the reproduction, both the cells, the male cells and the male gamete as well as the female gamete, they fuse together, they combine together, and that will help in the formation of the zygote. Okay. What happened in case of the male sperm, the male gamete cell, it is what? It is motile. It means it moves. While the female, it is immobile or immotile, it do not move. So this sperm cells, this is sperm which consisting of a tail in it, it will move and reaches to the ova and finally fuses combine with it during the process of reproduction, and thus the resultant is the formation of a zygote. So let me draw here a diagram and then I will explain to you about it. At the time of reproduction, the male gamete and the female gamete combine together. It combine together. Okay. Here in humans, male gamete are motile. Motile means can move. Is motile. While the female gamete is non-motile. Okay. While the female gamete is non-motile. Female gamete is non-motile. Now here what happened? One is motile, other one is non-motile. The female gamete is non-motile while the male gamete are motile. So what happened? Then fusion take place. Okay. Now the fusion or chances of the fusion. Chances of the fusion of sperm to ova is less. So the amount of sperm is more than ova. Okay, so the amount of ova. Okay, so since the amount of the sperm is more, students, that is why we can say that the amount of the sperm is more, and reason is because the chances of the fusion of the sperm to the ova is less. That is why the more amount of the sperms are released. So what happens if one of the sperm is not able to fuse with the ova, so the other can fuse. Okay, so in order to the fusion can take place, the amount of sperms will be released in a larger amount. Now, if we look at the structure of the sperm and ova, so it will be like you see. Okay, this is what? Nucleus. This is nucleus, and this hole is what? It is ovum. Ovum or egg. Why sperm? So here sperm, basically you will find that it is what? This is sperm. That is what, student? Is the nucleus which is present in it. This is what? This is the nucleus. As well as this portion is also called as head. It is called as head. Then this portion is called as middle body, and finally this is called as tail. Okay, so nucleus, which is called as head, middle body, and finally tail. These are what, student? This is the sperm and the other one is ovum. You can see here, in case of a sperm, since it consisting of a tail in it, so the tail is what? That will help in the movement of the sperm. Okay. So here we can say that it is the tail which help in the movement of the sperm. So that is why it is what? It is motile. While in case of a ovum, there is no such tail is present. So that is why it is a non-motile. So this is the difference between the sperm and the ovum. As well as you can see here in the structure also, the ovum is a one large spherical body which consisting of a nucleus and egg. Here it is a body which is basically divided into three, and that is, one is the head portion, other is the middle body, middle part of the body, and the last one is the tail. Okay, this is the parts of the sperm. So this is about the production of the gametes, student. Then the second is fertilization. Now the gametes are released. So how the process of fertilization will take place? So first of all, we should understand that what is fertilization, and then we will go through the different types of fertilization. Fertilization is what, student? It is actually a process in which the male and the female gametes, they fuse together to form the single cell called as zygote. So it is a process in which male and the female gamete fuse together to form a single new cell called zygote. That is called as zygote. Okay, a single new cell is formed from the fusion of the male and the female gametes, which is called as zygote. Now the fertilization process, it occurs in two ways. One of the processes in which the fertilization occurs inside the body, and there is another process in which the fertilization occurs outside the body. and on the basis of where the fertilization process will occur, it has been categorized into two types. One is the internal fertilization and the second one is the external fertilization. Okay, so internal and external fertilization. Internal and external fertilization. First of all, we will start with the internal fertilization. In the internal fertilization, basically what happened here, the sperms are released inside the body of the female, and these sperms will enter and reaches to the ova, and their fusion will take place. Now the fusion process also take place inside the body. That is why such kind of a fertilization we will call it as internal fertilization. While there are where the fusion take place, in which when the fusion take place here, students, what happened, the sperms or the gametes are released outside. External fertilization, when the gametes are released outside, so after that the fusion will take place outside the body. That is called as external fertilization. What happens, especially in case of a frog, so here the frogs, they used to release the sperms and the female frog used to release the ova. Now this sperm being motile and in the water, that will fuses with the egg and the formation of a zygote occur. So basically here the fusion of the gametes take place outside the body. So such kind of a fertilization is called as an external fertilization. Okay, so this is how the process of fertilization and take place. Let me write here a few points about the internal and the external fertilization, and then we will see the development of embryo. Internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. In case of internal fertilization, male gamete fuses to the female gamete inside the body. It means the process of fertilization takes place. The process of fertilization takes place inside. So here the internal fertilization, so the female, the sperms will be released into the female body. It will fuses and formation of the zygote occur. That is the internal fertilization. What happened in case of an external fertilization? So here the case is different. In case of external fertilization, the fusion of male and female gamete occurs outside the body. Outside the body. Okay, it occurs outside the body, and examples, frogs, they used to show the fertilization, external fertilization. Okay. In the next class, students, we will see the development of the embryo as well as the reproduction in humans.